Hey guys, it's your boy Blackrue, Q Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on that black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. Dark horse in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. Just thank God for that blacklist.
My man Indigo. So you guys can catch me every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Benzinga YouTube channel, where we go over stock and crypto on learning to trade with Ruell. Hold on one second, guys. I need to get some water. That's all right. Learn to trade Ruell, and yeah. And if you're not sure who Benzinga is, they do stock news for people like TD Ameritrade, WeBull, amongst others. I'm really blessed to have a show on that network. Um, so today, guys, we're going to be talking growth stocks. I told you guys that I might be talking cannabis stocks, or at least I told one of my subscribers that. I'm going to kind of bunch it in, and what I'm going to do is kind of show you a process I use in order to kind of assess stocks to invest in and a method to kind of get a better bang for your buck on it. But understand what I'm saying is not financial advice. I'm just kind of sharing what I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. Okay. So without ado, let's kind of get into it here. So we're gonna start this process. So basically, just like with crypto, I'm all about precedent. And if we look at where SoFi has been, it's been like way higher than this, right? So if we look at it, it's been as high as like, $27. So to me, that means there's like at least a two, almost 3x in it, right? But thing is, crypto moves or stocks move a lot slower than crypto, and if you want to kind of take advantage of a small move, you have to try to do options at that point. Now, understand, options are very, 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 very risky. Even if you hit your target, that doesn't mean that your option is going to be like worth anything, which is very, very, very confusing to understand. But basically, if you think you're going to get a short term move, options might be something that you could take advantage of. But understand, they can expire worthless and you're left with nothing. So the very safe play here would be to buy the stock and just hold it and just know that you're going to get a 2x at some point. But if you want to kind of take advantage of a quick move, you can use a call option if you think it's going to move up, or a short or a bear option if you think it's going to move down. I very rarely do short options. I usually just do call options. The reason I just do call options is because there's almost always a built-in catalyst for any company, which is its earnings. So the next earnings for these guys, if we look at the calendar, is going to be here in May 11th. So we can see here, if we come down here and look, they pretty much beat all their earnings. And we see that this guy is like better than what it's actually listed at right now. So chances are it's probably going to have a little run in it in its next earnings. And the way we can actually kind of prove that and show that out is, and so sorry guys, my phone is just beeping in the background. Um, the way we can kind of prove that out is we come over here, we look at the previous earnings, which were, so let's go to the 2021 option, earnings, I'm sorry. So we got August 12th and November 10th. So August 12th. Let's do that one first. Go on a 2-year chart. August 12th is somewhere around here. So you can see it ran and it dumped a couple days before earnings. So it dumped about 4 days before earnings. So we can see proof positive. Um, it does move upward before earnings. Again, we can look at this one here. Remember the other one was November 10th. It moved tons, uh, all the way up to November 7th and then dumped. So, given where it is right now, just like this point here that we just discovered and looked at, that precedent, we can kind of expect a move here, you know, going into those earnings in May. And generally, if I'm buying an option, what I'll do is I'm not gonna buy an option in May for a May thing. You want to like buy it like a month out, um, just because you want to make sure that you're just to have like time in your option. Um, it's kind of a hard thing to explain, but you want to buy it kind of like a couple, at least a month out from your expected catalyst, because that way, um, should someone kind of dump on you early and you don't catch it, you still have value in your option as opposed to being left done dirty and it's worthless. And that's what I'm saying, that these things are very, 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 um, very, very, very risky, and you should have a certain rule of thumb when you deal with these. Of course, not financial advice, but my rule of thumb is I want to make sure that I still have equity and time in my option, so I always buy it like a month or two out of my expected catalyst, and I always try to find at least a catalyst to work with. In this case, it's going to be the earnings. Sometimes, if you're doing like SPACs, it could be like the merger date. Um, there's various different catalysts. Like, say if it's like a Tesla thing, like I think Elon does a yearly Tesla like parade or Tesla like information update or something like that. That could be a catalyst. So there's so many different things that you can use as a catalyst. But using this one as an example, the catalysts we use were the earnings, and the next earnings are coming up in May. So I would get, if I want to take advantage of a short move, I'm probably getting a option at least in June because it's a month out of where that earnings is going to be happening in May. So using that one as an example. So I'm gonna just go over the rest of the stocks here that I'm believing in. You guys um, do it yourself if you want to go find the earnings dates. But just to be real clear about it, I think all the rest of these are in May as well, except for Tilray, which is coming up in 14 days. So understand, if you're doing an option on this, it's going to be extremely risky because it's already kind of made its move. Um, and again, remember how I was saying that like you kind of want to get out early. So like you got about 5 more days and 5 or 6 more days that you can kind of hope that it makes that push back up before you should like sell, or if I was me doing it, let me put it like that. If I choose to kind of do an option on this, I would assume that I only have kind of like 5 or 6 days because I don't want to go too close into earnings and risk somebody kind of pulling the rug and like kind of dumping before the earnings. and I'm left with the worthless option. So honestly, I would probably give myself like only I probably give myself like 6 days in this case for it to try to move that $2, and I would be trying to get a option in the $10 strike range. And of course, guys, if you don't know anything about options and like kind of how to buy options, you kind of want me to go over that as a kind of a, if you want me to go over and do a video on options and strike prices and stuff like that, just let me know in the comments, and that's something we can do. It's always good to have some beginner stuff on the channel, so please let me know if you want me to kind of do something that kind of shows what options are, and what's the difference between a short one or a put and a call. Please let me know about that. But yeah, so ones I'm high on is just because of where these guys have been. Tilray has been as high as 40 bucks, sitting here at 8 right now. Clean Spark, same thing with Bitcoin. Now Clean Spark tends to follow Bitcoin. With Bitcoin kind of booming here, um, and the time to get an option if you wanted one was probably down here. You probably still get one, but I would probably get one close towards the next earnings, which are coming up again, I believe, in May. So yep, in May. But yeah. So Clean Spark's another one. We just did SoFi. We did Tilray. So let's finish up with Open Door. Open Door has been killing their earnings. All of their earnings have been great. And if you look at this, it's been as high as like $36. But the very least, it deserves a $16 mark. Um, Probably going to be looking at this guy too. And again, I think earnings are in May there. Let's see here. So Lucid and Jumia are going to be the next ones. Lucid Motors, it won like Car of the Year or something like that, I believe. So with it being down here at 27, again, it's already kind of made a little move a little bit. Here, I'm going to refresh this because this got out of whack here. With it being at 27, it's still pretty much a bargain because it was as high as like 40 or 50 consistently. So again, the earnings are coming up in May for Lucid. So that's a impending catalyst there. We'll be looking at stuff on Lucid. And this is coming back up. So also, I'm looking at Jumia. You guys know I love Jumia. Jumia should be at least around the $16 mark. It's sitting at like about $9 right now. So sorry it's taking so long, guys. I really don't have that many tabs or anything open. I don't know why it's taking that long. So yeah, looking at Jumia. Again, I think it's one of those ones. Of course, Jimmy is last. But let's look at Lucid Motors here. We can look at the calendar and see when the earnings are. Most likely they're in May as well. Oh my gosh, come on guys, get the lead out here. Okay. And it's giving us the calendar. When are your earnings? Okay, yep. Earnings again in May. Probably the same for Jumia. Jumia was as high as $40 at one point. So with it sitting down here under 10, that's another one that I'm looking at. Yep. So yep, their earnings are in May as well. So guys, come on over to the channel, guys. We got 915 subscribers. We're trying to make that push to 1,000. Come on over and like and subscribe. I just did some new content about that whole slap at the Oscars. Seems like people were okay with it, but a couple people didn't like it. So since a couple people didn't like it, I'm just gonna probably just stick to the stock stuff and the crypto stuff. Yep, but definitely like and subscribe and check out some of my previous content here. And definitely, guys, have a good one. Peace.